Hello everybody, my name's Melissa and welcome back to my channel, Hopeful Happenings. Today we're talking about 5 things that you should know when writing a picture book. Today's video is also a collaboration. I'm teaming up with HANNAH CARMONA DIAS. She is the author of picture books Dazzling Travis, which was just featured on the news, and Beautiful, Wonderful, Strong Little Me. She's also the co-founder of the Children's Theater Collective Art School of Tennessee. She'll be making the second part to this video, so after you're done here, make sure to go on over to her channel and check it out. I'll have all the links down below. Okay, so the first thing that you should know when writing a picture book is you should know what kind of picture book you're writing. You might be thinking, what? I thought all picture books were the same. Well, nope, you are very wrong. There are many different kinds of picture books. And knowing which one you want to write before you write it will save you a lot of time. Also, it will direct you to the right comp titles, and we'll get into that later. But first, let's talk about all the different kinds of picture books. I've mentioned this in other videos where I've talked about picture books, which I'll also have those linked down below. But there are 12 different types of picture books out there. Picture storybooks are the most common. That's probably what you're thinking of when you first think of a picture book. Picture storybooks need a story arc. That's something we talked about in last week's video. But not all picture books are the same. One type of book out there is a participation book. That would be kind of like this one, where you participate by doing things like lifting a flap. We also have predictable books. Predictable books are predictable, and it helps the child anticipate what's coming next. For example, a book that has all the days in the week. On Monday he ate this, on Tuesday he ate this, on Wednesday he ate this. Like in The Very Hungry Caterpillar. We have pattern concept books, which expand on an idea, kind of like the Foot Book by Dr. Seuss. We have wordless books, which is just pictures. I always love looking at those kind of books. Folk tales and fables, like The Princess and the Pea. Poetry books, nursery rhyme books. Alphabet books, like Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Counting books, like Hoot, which helps you find the owls and you count up to 5. Rhyming books, like Llama Llama, Red Pajama. And informational books, which are nonfiction, like this one. And these are often really great for little kids, like babies, to help them learn what different things are. The second thing that you should know when writing a picture book is you should know what kind of word count the book you're looking for should have. If you're writing for babies, you'll have very little words. But if you're writing for ages 2 to 3, it's around 200 to 400 words. And this is like the average. If you're writing for an older picture book audience, let's say all the way up to age 8, then you can go all the way up to like 1,000 words, but more than 1,000 isn't usually recommended. The third thing you should know when writing a picture book is you should have a firm understanding of what your competition is. How do you find out what your competition is? Well, you read. Knowing what your competition is isn't just good so you don't create the same story as someone else, but it will also be good for when you query agents. Agents like to see comparative titles because they like to envision where your book would sit on the shelf. They like to see, okay, if this book is like Dr. Seuss's The Foot Book, then I can imagine where we would sell this and what publisher I would target for selling this, and so forth. I actually just discovered this website called publisherrocket.com, and Publisher Rocket it's an easy to use tool to help find best-selling book ideas, profitable niches, and it helps you rank better on Amazon. I think it really helps for those who are self-publishing. So on this website, you can search something. Let's say you can search like truck picture books or truck books, and then it will come up with a list of all the comparative titles that are out there on Amazon, and it will show you how many searches on Amazon that these truck books are getting. So that's a good website to know what kind of ideas are being fleshed out and how often people want these ideas. It also is a good place to find comparative titles because you can just look up, okay, all of these truck picture books, I'm gonna go click on this one and get that from the library or buy it, and then you can read more of the books that you want to write. The fourth thing that you should have when writing a picture book is you should have suspense. This is much more necessary for a storybook, but every book needs a little something to keep us going. Just like in novels, characters in picture books need to be in trouble somehow. There needs to be some problem. If everything is fine and dandy, then that's not very interesting to read about. Keep in mind, this would not be including nonfiction informational books, like this one, because we don't really need suspense to know which color comes next. So this is a rule for any book that has some sort of story. If there's a story, there needs to be some sort of problem or trouble to give us suspense so that we want to keep reading to find out what happens. So go ahead, get your characters in trouble, make them do silly things. And the last thing that you should know when writing a picture book is that a title, a great title, can sell your book. Yes, someone could buy your book without even reading the inside. Just the title can be enough to entice them to know, this looks like a good book, I want to get this book. Of course, the visuals on a cover will also help, but unless you're an illustrator, you will not be creating the illustrations for your picture book. So, what you have control over is the title. Make it good, make it catchy, make it memorable. And also, if you can, include keywords that will help it be more searchable online. For example, if you're going to write a book about bedtime, then see if you can fit some bedtime words in there, like pajama time. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you head on over to Hannah's channel, for she will be doing 5 things that you didn't know about writing a picture book. She'll have great insights because she's been through this process twice. I'll have her channel linked down below. If you found this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, thank you for coming. I hope you will subscribe on your way out. Until next week, happy writing.